Yoga. It's so funny you're talking about stuff like that. Like, I know the answer is gonna be the first question you're gonna ask me. I think I know what it's gonna be. Because yoga actually means unity.
Oh, okay.
To join, right?
Yep.
So do you also partake in like the spiritual elements?
Yep.
too? Oh, you
Definitely. I'm
do.
big on that. I even bring it to school with me. Like I'm actually going through GED classes right now because I'm trying to get my own thing going.
Sick.
Yeah, have a little resume going for me.
Like your own yoga training
Yep,
class
at
or
school
something?
and all that, man. It's
Yeah.
not just yoga. Some other aspects to it, like meditation. That is very important.
Yeah,
You
I've
should do that
meditated.
before. You can do it after, but for me, it's before basically yoga. Because that right there, you warm up the Christ oils inside of yourself when you do that.
The Christ oils?
Yep. I don't know if you hear about the pineal gland. That's what that is, like the Christ oils.
Hmm.
You get like when you hit that meditation, that basically breaks that third eye open. You get drunk off the wine.
Oh
If you
my
feel me,
gosh.
like kind
Okay.
of like a Bible verse.
Wow, that is interesting. So, how do you know that there's like a Christ oil?
It's very complex to explain it, but like really like when I cracked my pineal gland open,
Yeah.
all what happened was I felt that it felt like there was a leak in my brain for a minute. Like, am I bleeding? It was like when I was like 22 going on 23 years old about.
Oh my gosh,
My
you
life
get
went
it.
to heck, man, around that time, but it needed to happen.
What happened after that?
I gained the knowledge of sixth sense. Like, how would you say, what the narcissist doesn't have? Empathy.
Oh, you gained empathy.
Yeah, I'm the warrior of the family. If
Hmm.
you feel me.
Wow.
Yep.
There's a lot of different things we could talk about there. Spiritual practices.
I'm big on that.
Yeah, and these are different spiritual practices that other people don't necessarily think are true, but you think is true.
I actually believe it. Yeah. We
Yeah,
all have that connection. It's just up to us all to tap into it.
yeah. Out of all of these, we've talked about the Christ oil, the third eye, yoga. What would you want to talk about that you think is true?
Wow, that is so hard. Like, honestly, I maybe talking about spirituality, like the third eye.
Okay, the third
Like
eye.
people can, there's different methods to like meditate.
Hmm. What is
Yoga,
the third eye? We've heard of it, but what do you?
it's
How are you
inside.
defining?
People say it's on your forehead. Really, it's not. It's inside the middle of your brain.
Yeah, and
It's
what
right inside of there.
and what does it do?
Basically, it wakes up. It's the oils basically wakes up the body and makes you fully conscious and aware. That's all it does. When you don't have that going, you're lacking awareness.
Hmm. Uh, what convinced you that there was a third eye?
Just by the feeling inside my forehead, you'll feel it like a leak.
Mm.
Like legitimately, that's exactly what I felt. It felt weird. And like sometimes I'll get a tingly sensation. Sometimes headaches.
Yeah.
Especially if you're blocked off, you're eating the wrong foods and all that or whatever. It's about consuming. You gotta eat the right stuff. We don't have to completely always eat the right stuff. I recommend it though. Because legitimately you are what you eat.
Okay. Nice. How confident are you that there's a third eye?
Honestly, I'm pretty confident.
Yeah, so let's take it from a scale. So let's say like 1 to 100. 1 is, I don't believe in this at all. This is like totally fake. 50 is like, I don't know. I don't know. 100 is like absolute certainty.
I'm gonna go with the absolute, the 100.
The 100.
If it was
Okay.
110, I would say that.
Okay. Wow. Wow. I'm excited about this now. Okay. So what's the biggest reason that you believe there is a third eye? Biggest one.
That really is a good question. Honestly, it all takes place with our ancestors.
Ancestors.
Ancestors,
Okay.
you look back into ancient history, through the symbolism, it says it all, man. That's all, man. You don't have, there's no need to explain when you come up with the symbolisms of like Ra. That's basically the sun side of the what's it called? I think it's your right eye. Yeah, your left eye is oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Ra is the left eye. I mean the right eye. The feminine side is different.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what it's called, but there's two different sides of you. Like that's why I say yoga's good for me because it creates unity within oneself of masculine and femininity. Like you could basically be a man and like deny your feminine side. You still at the end of the day had a mom that gave birth to you. You got to remember that.
Okay. So what I got from that is ancestors, they illustrated things, wrote things, talked about things
Yep, through
that,
symbolism.
did it specifically say the third eye? Or,
Not
yeah,
exactly. There's many like different types of like aspects of when it comes down to symbolism. It just
yeah,
basically for me, the third eye thing is what really caught my attention, especially the pyramid.
mm-hmm,
Because we got that within ourselves too as well. That's the basically your third eye. Once again, when they shut the pyramid, it's basically symbolism of the third eye.
mm.
You know,
Have you heard any other explanations?
honestly, for me, it was just through Egypt. And through like your body already tells you when you're fully conscious, like when you feel it, especially when you see the symbolism in the words, it connects. Like
Mm.
connecting the dots.
Yeah. What about these sensations that people feel, the sensations that you call the experience of the third eye? Have you heard any other explanations people give for that?
Ah, not really anything that caught my attention.
Mm. So if there was another explanation, maybe like a naturalistic explanation for that phenomenon, uh, what would that mean for you?
Honestly, it would mean that I would like to read into more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I like to listen to. I'm open to any other type of culture to listen to other people what they got to say because I believe that different types of systemic beliefs has its puzzle pieces.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so if you read a different explanation for what you call the third eye, but they were arguing, this is not something called the third eye, it's something else. Yeah, yeah, I know.
That's
Seriously.
what I'm listening.
Yeah, yeah. And so with that, you got two different claims now for what's going on. Uh, what would you do to try and test which one of them is true?
That is a very good question. That one
Thank
caught
you.
me off guard. I'm not gonna lie. What would I do basically to do that? Like, I don't honestly. I can't tell you.
Yeah.
I would think honestly that you know, draw 50 over there, draw 50 on that. It's, debate and like which one, like maybe let's say that there was 37 out of 50 on that side and 27 off of the other side. Like, say if there was your side that basically
Mm.
was saying that, like, is like it's right, yours is right, but then I think my side is right. That my side would probably,
Mm.
obviously would come out to the top if it was 37-27 out of 50 on each side.
Yeah.
It's
So,
all about experimenting and
right,
debate.
right. Uh, you don't know how you would be able to tell which one is right, right? Like,
Honestly, I would honestly
yeah,
tell that I believe that my philosophy is right. But like
yeah,
I don't, like I said, if it works different in another way, I mean,
yeah,
so be it.
yeah,
Everyone
yeah,
has their own aspects, and
yeah.
everyone's entitled.
Hmm. Is there anything that could be shown to you that could raise your confidence that the third eye is real?
Anything else? Nothing really, honestly.
Yeah,
I mean, if you could show it to me and prove it to me, I mean, like, I probably would be open to that. I probably would be. Like,
yeah,
I'm all ears.
yeah. Um, and is there anything that could lower your confidence that the third eye is real?
Not really. I'm convinced.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But you don't know what it would take to change your mind.
Honestly, I don't think my mind will ever be changed. You
Mm,
can't change what's awoken.
yeah. So, do you think it's important that when we're confident about something, um, that we know what it would take to change our mind?
I can't even answer that one, to be
Oh,
honest with you. I can't even answer that one.
yeah.
That's hard.
Mm-hmm.
But me, like for me, like I said, it's all about making a belief out of something. That's what it is. Like, what is there to live for? Like, if you can't generally believe in something, you're just gonna be hopeless your whole life.
Could you hope for things? Could you still have hope and believe in things that motivate you to live, but not believe in something
Can you say it again? I'm
spiritual?
sorry.
Yeah, I know. Could you believe in something? Could you have? I'll reword this. I'm sorry.
It's cool.
Could you have the motivation to live and do something with your life without the third eye?
It's there once it's open. There's
Yeah.
no turning back.
Yeah.
You shut that man. Oh man, you're just basically killing yourself.
Okay. Yeah. I want to get back to confidence now, and this may be I'm
It's
wrapping
okay,
up
man.
here.
Shoot.
Yeah. All right. So with confidence, what's the purpose of confidence, do you think?
The purpose of confidence. Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Basically, the purpose of confidence is to not mind.
To not mind?
To not mind, simply. To not mind, but be conscious. Don't like. Let's say if things like is thrown at you, like someone throws their 2 cents, and there's something that you don't like about it. Don't let them words like here. Don't take it like for learn. Don't take it, for too serious. And that's what people do wrong all the time. Like that make themselves lack confidence. Don't take everything too like lightly.
Yeah.
Be like so seriously, because you're just gonna patronize yourself, and you're just gonna go and just get fully anxious and overwhelmed and all that.
Yeah. Should we be confident in things that we can't test?
The things that is wow. You're there. I'll go once here, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know on that one. That one, you smacked me in the face with that one.
Yeah. Because it seems like it's good to be confident in things that we can test, because it's the fact that we can test them
Yeah.
that makes us confident.
Exactly, because we feel deeply like we feel like we would fail if like we can't solve it. So I kind of get what you mean.
Mm-hmm. So, can we test the third eye?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, what's the test?
Basically, you have to go through awakening. Something's got to happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
Something's got to happen to you for that to happen.
What are you defining as awakening here?
It's got to be basically when you had enough and all that. Like you basically have to things got to crumble for you to climb up again.
Mm-hmm.
That's what people forget about like all that. They point at themselves and victimize themselves. You got to realize one thing: everybody here is stressing something, so you're not alone. So when you're not alone, there is awareness.
Okay. Could someone have an awakening, as you describe it?
Yeah,
and
it's
then
just basically you have things gotta go down, roll down a hill for you, or like sometimes even a shaman could do it.
Right.
A shaman could open your third eye.
Could someone have what you call an awakening, but then not feel like they had a third eye opening?
You would have to ask somebody else, because people, obviously have the same experience, but in a different story, in another perspective. But it's gonna come down all to the same thing.
Right. So I guess what I'm wondering is like, what would a fail test look like? So like, if you said we could test the third eye, right? Okay. So in a world where the third eye is not real, what happens during this test?
Basically, honestly, like you're just basically those people that if it fails for, they're just gonna remain unconscious. Because what happens to you when you're unconscious, you stay in the 3D. You want out of that. You want to break into the 5D, into the dimensions.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to stay into the 3D, because you're going to be stuck in this world here. We're here to ascend or descend or repeat, reincarnate.
Okay, you're saying that's what happens during the awakening or the third eye?
Basically, the awakening.
Okay.
It's all start to
Yeah.
realize that you got one. I didn't even realize what it was. It took me maybe like a year to really research what's going. I didn't even take it serious at first. I'll tell you the truth. I just noticed that I was more aware more, and I'm like, I gotta look this up, and I start realizing, everyone talks about the third eye and all that stuff, and just what I looked at was my answer. I cracked my pineal gland, and honestly, I hated what I seen most of it, but then it's like, how the hell do I shut this? You
Yeah.
can't shut it. You're stuck with it forever.
Huh.
But that's the thing is like
Yeah.
you want that to be open. It takes a bit to adapt. You got to
Yeah.
realize that what's on the other side honestly can't harm you. You let it harm you by drawing fear.
Okay.
The
Huh.
eyes there, people make it out as an evil thing. Really, it's not.
Okay. Yeah. Uh, hey, quick tangent, but it's related. Do you believe in ghosts?
I'm big on it. What if I told you, would you believe if I told you that I was abducted?
Oh my God. Well, God, I don't have the time for that. I wish I had the
That's a
time
whole
for
other
that.
topic.
But like, I guess the reason I brought that up really quickly is like, people have different cultures, right?
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
then, in one culture somebody believes in ghosts, but in another culture, like, they have no word for that, they have no concept for that. And so people in that culture, they don't go around believing in ghosts when like the light starts flickering or when the wind starts howling and stuff. They just say, oh, I guess the light bulb's not working that well, or oh, like I guess the wind
Could be
is
the
just really
wire and
bad.
all. Sometimes
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
always the case.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not
yeah.
always the case like with paranormal. It could be the wires.
Right, yeah. So it's like with stuff like that, they never even come to the conclusion of ghosts. And so, like this third eye thing, it sounds like you, you may not even be able to believe in the third eye unless you know about the third eye.
Yeah, honestly, that's the truth. It has to happen to you, and it's phenomenon, straight phenomenal.
Hmm.
Like you can't explain it. It's there, but it's like you could you can see it through the other side, but it's like with the third eye, you can't see it obviously, but it's there.
Yeah.
It's there.
But other people, they have they have a lot of these experiences you're having, but they just have a different conclusion. They just don't think
Yeah,
it's the
a
third
lot.
eye.
Like sometimes
Yeah.
sometimes you just gotta go with what you know. And if you find the actual, comprehension to what's really going on, go with that one. But as far as I'm concerned, or what I've all said, this is pretty basically much it.
Yeah. Um, okay. Thank you for this conversation.
And thank you too as well. I appreciate it.
I'm glad we could get you to. Do you feel like you were challenged a little bit?
Honestly, I liked it. I needed that. I always wanted to like put myself out there a little bit with stuff like this. So like, it's so fortunate that this happened.
Oh, well, I'm glad to hear that, man.
I like a little challenge here and there.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Oh, Jream.
Yeah.
Thank you,
What's
man.
your name again?
I'm Dax.
Dax. I can't believe I forgot. I hate ADHD.
Yeah, man.
I'm coming out of that yet. So we're done here or like?
Yeah, we got to go soon, actually. I got to
All
catch
right.
a bus.
It was
But-
great meeting you, Dax.
Yeah, you were our last interview of the day, and we're proud to have you here.
Yeah, seriously.
David, good to meet you.
Nice to meet
Yeah.
you too,
Spell
David.
your name again?
Jream.
Jream.
Yeah.
Oh, like dream.
Yeah, with the
J.
J. Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Dream. I love your attitude.
Love it. I love what's going on here too as well, man. I like the energy.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So much.
Thanks,
Yeah.
man. Again, like
Check out our channel.
I
He's
got
got a
it. It
channel.
was real.
Yeah.
Like seriously, it was real.
All right, man.
What's your channel?
So you can
sound?
scan that.
We got QR code.
Ooh, all right. That's what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna take a picture of it. Ooh.
Yeah, and I'll take your mic from you.
Yeah. You don't want me to rob you. Come back here for another interview. Then.
Which one went fine.
We will be. We are. We might be at Pitt tomorrow, the University of Pitt.
University of Pitt. I'm gonna remember that. That's
Okay. Yeah.
Take care.
Mm-hmm. All right. That was a good
So
laugh.
maybe I'll keep this audio going,
Okay.
and we can talk about that while we
Okay.
pack up. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's cool.
That was fun.
That was fun. I got him to think at some points, and he says he felt challenged. obviously he's very confident, and I think the reason for that is that he genuinely had some life-changing experience. And really, anybody that has a big life-changing experience like that, it's going to be very hard to get them to be skeptical, I would say, in the conclusions they made about their experience. But for what it was, I'm fairly happy with it.
Good.
Definitely could have done better, but that's, I
Well,
don't know.
that could have been like a 3-hour
That could have been a long time.
conversation,
Yeah.
right?
For the time shortage we're on, I'm happy with it.
Good. I heard a lot of good things from him. Like, I needed that.
I needed that. Yeah.
That's,
I wonder why he needed that.
Yeah, me too.
I think he probably goes around thinking about that stuff and he doesn't have anybody to talk to it about. That's probably another factor.
Like it gave him a space to explore his
His thinking on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.